And I bought 4 of these planks of boards. It's Douglas fir, and the length is 3 meters and 5 centimeters. And the width of it is 9 centimeters, and the thickness 1.8 centimeters. So, and doing this, I have, and this I cut it up in sections, and I have a quarter of a shield, and one more here, quarter of a shield, and I lay the 2 together like a sandwich. You'll see that when I come to that point. But this wood I chose for this little project. It's because it's lightweight and yeah, it's not very thick here. And that means a lot to me when I'm going to do the rest of the process. I'll show you that.
Here you can see the measurements and the section I cut up from one plank that is 305 centimeters. So cut it up in these pieces, and you'll have a quarter of a shield. The next one will be here, and then yeah, you can see it in the video.
Yeah, and then I have this working table, foldable, I can put up here in the living room, and I attach such one with some clamps, and also over here, and I'll tell you why in a bit. Then I'll take these that I have cut out and place them here. And you can see I have a marking where the middle is. Right here. Yeah. This is fine. So now you can see it's laid out here, and this is the middle, so I have to draw a circle here to make the shield. But this one, because I have to glue it together with some glue that is for woods, and it has to be under pressure for about 5 minutes. This one is to hold it tight, and I then take this one, I turned it around so I can use it to press that way instead of that way. So then I just have to do this, and then these boards will be pressed together when the glue has come on. So yeah, this is my idea, and I'm going to make 2 of these, of course. Of course, I put a lot of glue on, so I'm sure that it will attach both sides, but it doesn't matter if there's any glue that's sticking out, because I'm going to make it thinner. I'll show you later. And then the final one. Yeah. And then I take this one, press it together. Yeah. And to be sure, I'm going to add a little bit the places that I can see the glue hasn't popped up. but I don't think this is necessary because I'm going to make a sandwich. You see that later in the process. Yeah, I think that's okay. And Cornelius is following me on this project too, here in my living room. Isn't that right, Cornelius? Yeah. You were interested in this little project too? I'm going to make a shield, yeah? I think I'll put this one over so that I'm sure it's not going to be an even surface. I'm going to press it down here also. Yep. And then I just have to let it dry. They say 24 hours, then it's completely attached and dry. Yeah, and now I made two identical pieces here, and my idea is that I will turn them around so you can see here, so that they are crossed. I think that will make a very strong shield and will last for a long time. Of course it's very thick, but I'll fix that with a planner so that I'll make the shields round with a saw, and then a planner I will make it thinner, thick here and thinner out in the edges. So that's my plan. Now I'm going to drill a hole here in the middle on both sides, and you'll see why. So I can attach them with some glue, and yeah. So in the next step, I'll take this one, put it down here. And then I'll take the other part and put it over here. Then I'm sure it's in the middle on both sides. Yeah, and it fits nicely. I think I'll, of course, put some glue between these two, and then a lot of these clamps hold it together. So now a nice thick layer of glue. I hope that will make them glue together. Yeah. Then put this one over like this. There you are. Yeah. Then I have this one, a heavy weight, 15 kilos, and then I just have to take the clamps on. Yeah, and so on. Now it's done, and you can see I attached a lot of clamps all the way around, and in the middle here a heavy 15 kilos iron plate on a little chair, a stool. So yeah, now I have to wait. I think I'll let it be like this for several hours, and then hopefully will can take this one off and it will stay there. We'll see. Yeah, so now it is dried, the glue, and hopefully the two parts have been dried firmly together. So yeah. So now the next step is to make my rounded circle here for the Now I'll drill 2 holes in this little stick, one there and one there, and I'll put this one on, and then I can take my pencil and just draw the outlines of my shield. In an even circle. Just like this. And then of course I have to cut it out. Yeah, but before I do that, I'll also make an inner circle for this. This is, I'm not sure what it's called, but it's a guard for the hands, for the shield. And I bought it from Grimfrost many months ago. And there's even some very cool nails to it, hand forged, that will look very nice on this shield. But this shield is the handguard that I need when I'm holding my shield. So I have to find the middle and find how big this part is. And then make a circle again. So I can see that the hole is about 14 centimeters. And that means that the radius will be 7. So then I just have to find this one again and make approximately 7 centimeters out from this point. And you can hear Cornelius is barking because he thinks there's something out in the garden, but there's not. So I said 14 and that's 7. I make it a little approximately there, and then I drill a hole there. I can put this one down in. Yeah, and then I just do another circle here. Hopefully will be 14 centimeters in diameter. Let's check it. Yeah, that's nice. So this guard can be here and I can hold my hand inside it. It's going to look nice, I think. So now I have to cut it out. Yeah, now I cut it out. You can see it's round now, and with this one in the middle, that this one will go over. Yeah, for those of you who doesn't know the principle of this little guard, hand guard, here I will have a stick. I can hold hold the shield, and then this will protect my hand if anyone hits the shield. So it's a hand guard, and yeah. On the back side, I'll have a couple of. I'll have one that is going from this direction to there, and I can hold my hand, and there will be a flat one here and here to stabilize it. I don't think that's necessary because the way I've done it, I crossed it, so it's very strong, but it's also very thick. You can see, and I have to use a planer to grind it down to approximately half the size of this. This is approximately 4 centimeters, and I want it to be about 1.5 to 2 centimeters. So that'll be the next step, and then I have to finish the edges and so on. But yeah, this is how it looks at the moment, and I'm looking very much forward to finish it. Yeah, now it's finished planning. It's about 1.5 centimeter. So a lot of wood I had to remove from this shield, and it's because it's almost like plywood. I have glued it together in a cross, so I think it will be very strong. And yeah, and it's also reasonably light, so I can carry it without any trouble. And now for the next steps, I have to make something in here so I can hold my hand, and some other things that can stabilize it so that it won't wobble or something. So that's the next step. I have to find some wood that is suitable for that. This side is the back side. I haven't grinded as much at the front. The front is going to be painted, but this one I think is going to be burnt. I like the look of burnt wood. So yeah, but until now I'm very pleased with it. I think it's going to be a very cool little shield. Now I made these 3 sticks. You can see here one that looks like this. Yeah, and 2 like this. And the plan is to put it on here like this, and first I'll glue it on. This is the holder, yeah, you can see that. First I'll glue it on and put some pressure on it and let it harden up for a day. Then I will put some nails in some of the things here, and perhaps some screws in these. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but this is the way it's going to be on the back side of this shield. Yeah, you can see here, like this, fits in like in this one, like that, and around this, so it's nice to hold on. So now I have to glue it on. Yeah, now I glue it on and put some screws in for holding it secure. So you can see here. Then I just have to mount this. Yeah, and of course paint the front side of the shield. I'm not quite sure what paint it's going to be. And on this side I want to burn it so it looks old, and put some oil on. So that will be my next step, to burn this and then put some oil on, and then I have to decide how I'm going to decorate this. I have a cross in here that I will make. I'm thinking about making it black and then these in different colors, or this in blue and this in red. I'm not sure that what I'm going to do, but yeah, I think it looks good and have a good grip. So I'm very pleased with it. And before I put the linseed oil on, I want to sand it a little bit, so it's going to be a little bit smoother, not so hard at burning. I think that looks more old. And I decided not to use linseed oil because it makes it darker. So I want to use some mineral oil for stones, granite and so on. It makes it not so dark and makes a little bit hard surface. I use this for a lot of things, so I can recommend you to buy some oil that is used for stones. If you have a granite table so on, you can use this too. So yeah, but I'll just have to apply this and then you'll see the final result in just a second. Yeah, now it's been burned and put some oil on. You can see, I think it's a nice surface. Don't you, Cornelius? Yeah. And so now it's the front. I have to paint that, starting with the cross here. And yeah, you'll see how it turns out. I'll finish with the cross, then I'll let it dry and then to the next step. Yeah, now I've painted it. I must say, in the camera it looks a little bit different in color than it is in real life. This red is not as red as here, and the blue is a little bit more blue. But I hope when I'm getting out, you can see it's some nice colors. I like them. They are not particularly bright, and they are old school. In Denmark we call it almue. It means old colors, something that they used in the old days. It's earth color. But the next step will be to put this on in a special way. Hope it will work, and you'll see how I'm going to do that. I must say, these colors, you can see here what kind of paint I've used. It's called charcoal colors. I don't know if you can get them in your country, but perhaps something similar. So yeah, I put these on. I think they are called rivets, and these nails were together with this handguard, but instead of using them here, I decided to put them in here so that they will stabilize the handguard here, the handle. Yeah, now I put the handguard on and these nails. I think they look cool, very rough. And I almost finished now. I just have to do one last thing, and it's not an easy task. I have never tried that before. I bought this. You can see here, it's rawhide, specially made for this shield, and it's from France, a company called Black Armor, and it's going to be around the shield and bent and then nailed to it. So this is the next project. I have to put them in water first so that they'll be soft, so I can mold it around the shield and then put some small nails in. And then I'm finished. But I'm a little bit excited to make this because I never tried before. I have a little plan. So yeah, and now I have soaked the rawhide for over the night. And you can see Cornelius is very interested in this because it's the same as in dog bones. So dog chewing bones, so he's very interested in this. But now it's flexible, you can see. I can bend it. And then I just have to dry so the excess water is off and it's still soft, and then I can apply it to the shield. And look at this, I made a marking here on the middle, so I can, when I put it on, I can see it's sitting in the middle of the shield so that the sides will be equal in length. And this is something, perhaps I can take it off with alcohol afterwards, and if I can't, it doesn't matter. It looks okay. But now the rawhide is finished and I can put it on the shields. Oh yeah, Cornelius. It is very interesting. Probably very delicious for you. Yeah, so now it's fine. I can start put it on. Yeah, and I put a little bit of rope on here on the edges. And it's first time I'm doing this, so bear over with me. I have to find out how exactly I'm going to do this. I think I'll do this first. Punch the rawhide and then put the nail in and see if you can stand there. Like this. And I guess an inch or so will be proper between the nails. Yeah, and the other sides. Yeah, and then I just have to continue think I'm finished. You can see here on both sides the rawhide. I put on some nails, two kind of nails, some black and some with brass. And I think I'll make these brass a little less shiny. So I have to treat them with something, perhaps vinegar. It's a little bit exciting because I know the rawhide is very powerful when it shrinks, when it puts itself together. So if the nails are not long enough, you can risk that it will tear it up. And I'm not sure that my nails are long enough. So I have to wait a couple of days until this is dried completely and see how it goes. But I cross my fingers that this will do it. Yeah. I had to remove the rope I put in because otherwise this rawhide wouldn't be wide enough, long enough so it could go down on the shield. So my plan of putting a rope in here is good, but this rawhide is not big enough for that, so I didn't do that.